Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Release with Ease. And I am your host, Edith Bekis, and this show was brought to you by Bold Brave TV. Today's episode is about how to prevent diseases. Some part of the episode I'm going to talk about specifically like how we get into having diseases and then how to prevent it. And I also going to touch upon at the end, like if you already get the disease, what way you can actually help yourself. All right. So it's going to be a bit more than just preventing it. And we're also going to do a meditation like always at 1:30. So I highly recommend you to stay with us and also do the powerful meditation so you can actually release the karmic depths of intoxication. Why is that important? I will also explain it later. So I hope you have a pen and paper so you can take some notes, because it's really important, because I believe that even though it seems like everybody is getting sick, getting to hospitals is not what we're supposed to actually experience. People think like, oh, but this is like a human kind of way of living, that people are just getting sick. But you can actually prevent diseases, because it's more and more coming out like why we are actually becoming sick. And already doctors are speaking about it and science is proving it, that there is a connection between emotions and diseases. Like people who's having more emotional depth issues like mental illnesses or having traumatic experiences, they more likely to getting diseases. So how actually it's happening? Why is it happening? How is it connected? So as I told before about the mind, we have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind, and the superconscious mind. So when we're talking about emotional body, it's actually the unconscious mind. So emotional body or unconscious mind is withholding the unresolved traumatic experiences, and by that is also having like buried negative emotions or low vibrational emotions in with that trauma together. So when you have that a buried unresolved trauma, what is happening in your current life, let's say this trauma was in your childhood or young adulthood. So in your current life, because it's unresolved, it's still having triggers. The triggers is still hitting you, which is related to that trauma. So what is causing the disease is actually your reaction towards the triggers, which keeps you on low vibrational emotions. And those low vibrational emotions are actually creating blockages in your energy system, which is completely aligned with your gland system and with your organs. So when energy center is blocked due to a negative emotion or low vibrational emotion, then that area is start to have lack of energy, lack of like pranic energy or light energy or however you call it. So then those organs around it, because of the lack of energy, they start to miss work, or they start to have some destruction in them. So every chakra or every energy center is getting blocked from certain situations or certain how can I say, origin of your emotions. It depends on which chakra is getting blocked, like where is that emotional reaction is coming from overall. So this is really complex, as you see, that how do you figure out why someone having, for example, breast cancer, right? Or why someone is having, for example, diabetes. So if you think about it, diabetes is related to your spin. The spin is which is producing the insulin for you to deal with, with the sugar in your body, in your blood system. So if you have issue with the spin creating insulin at the proper time and way, then you can start to have diabetes, right? So the spin is related to your solar plexus. The solar plexus is all about self-esteem and worthiness. So people who's dealing with a lot of self-worth issues, and then also feeling not good enough, and just being really shy or having a very low self-esteem, then they can create blockages around their solar plexus, which can also cause not just diabetes, but could cause also, for example, stomach cancer, because that's also in the same area. So the organs around that area could suffer. Also, if you, for example, alcoholic, it can come from low self-esteem, from blocked chakra, solar plexus chakra, and it's also the liver, which is very close to that center. So you can see that the emotions and the reactions towards certain triggers, how is it affecting certain organs in your body, them to misfunction because they have low energy coming into them, and that's why it's creating diseases. So I talked about for example, the breast cancer is more closer to the heart chakra. The heart chakra is like, can be blocked from so many things. So let's say guilt, shame, sorrow, loneliness, feeling abandoned by parents. These are, and sorrow, these are, and grief, if I haven't said that. So these are the things which is blocking the heart chakra. So if you went through any of these things and you haven't properly healed it or resolved it, and you getting triggered and you feeling these emotions over and over again in other situations which coming up, then you blocking your heart chakra more and more, and eventually it's blocking the energy flow through your system, and it's affecting your organs, or your body parts around that chakra. Also, if you have a lung disease or lung cancer, it's the same area, or if you have a heart disease. So why is it, how it comes out to people? For example, if you have all of this situation going on and this area is affected, why someone is having, instead of heart disease, then breast cancer or lung disease or whatever it is I think it's really going back to also the person, like the uniquely to the person, also to their diet, to their habits, to other customs. So for example, if someone was a smoker, then most likely this kind of chakra blockage will affect more their lungs, but it could be also their heart, the arteries getting blocked because of the smoking, and so on and so forth. So there's so many situations can come up, but basically what I'm saying is that that's really personal, but it's the organs around that chakra which is going to be affected. And why is it like affecting so many millions of people out there, right? Why there is so many millions of people with heart disease and lung cancer and the breast cancer? Because we are always striked with this how can I say, or not just programming, but we always around surrounded and in the life when we get triggered all the time. So even though you say, okay, I had that trauma, I wasn't dealing with it properly, and now I am in a lifestyle which is still constantly triggering me. So how can you actually, first you can actually deal with the triggers, right? So the triggers can come from outside of you or within you. So if it's outside of you, it's basically the people you are conducted with, the news, the your work environment, your home environment, wherever you live, maybe the country or the political situation, or anything about that. And then it can be also your own thought patterns. So there is different ways you can deal with these things. If it's your thought patterns basically which is triggering you and causing you this over and over reactions and bringing the patterns back all the time, then you need to work on your own health, your own mindset, your own, the programming of your mind, basically, like your thought patterns. But if it's from outside, then you need to set boundaries, like not watching news, not getting into situations and when you actually get triggered yourself. So these are already the prevention parts which I wanted to explain, but mostly the prevention is here, like you can start preventing by healing. So then the triggers gonna stop. So then you don't need to fight against the triggers with setting boundaries, living under a rock, or hiding in a cave, or working hard on your mindset and reprogramming your subconscious mind, because if you deal with the roots, then the triggers is going to smooth away as well, because you actually heal the roots. So how it's gonna happen? You're gonna get into situations when you're not gonna be exposed anymore to those, to those news or to those things, because maybe you make different choices but more effortlessly. It's not gonna be like, when you don't do the healing, it's gonna be more difficult, because you need to take action and you need to be disciplined and consistent to make sure, okay, I'm thinking positive, I am in a high vibration, I make sure that I'm, not getting triggered, so I'm, hiding under the rock. So you need to make bigger measures and being more more disciplined about everything, if you want to protect yourself from the outside world when the trigger's coming. But if you do the healing from the core, the base, like where is this trigger actually coming from, if you do the healing deeply, then what happens is the trigger is not coming, because you effortlessly gonna move into the direction and move into places, or having already start to have different thought patterns, because the healing was done. Everything is connected. That's what you need to understand, and everything is energy. So that's why it's so easy to actually take care of things from the bottom than just managing things. So many people is what you learn out there, mostly when you go to a speaking therapy, or you do any kinds of therapy, or you go to doctors, is all about managing. It's all about managing your situation, the symptoms, the I heard from so many people that they were like years of speaking therapy, and only thing what they learned is that to have the awareness that, oh, actually I'm reacting. Oh, actually I'm behaving this and this. Oh, actually this is not good for me. So I should, probably hide for a week when I'm feeling off. So this kind of way, that's how they manage themselves, or manage most of the people themselves. So what I can do to not to get triggered, or so then how you manage these things. And then the other thing which can help you when you start the healings is that you realize that certain habits is also which causing you physical illnesses, right? So with the emotional imbalances and with the emotional blockages in your body, you also make it worse through negative habits. For example, not having enough exercise, not having enough sleep, eating food which is not nutritional, or unhealthy, or drinking lots of coffee, caffeine, alcohol, all of the things which is like heavy on your body as an extra, they working as an extra, ruining your health basically and your well-being. So it has to be parallel with the mitigation, with the healing, that you also changing your habits and you taking care of yourself. And again, when you do the healing, it somehow comes effortlessly, because again, the habits is like it's in the subconscious mind. Is when you need to change the habits, you need to reprogram the subconscious mind, and this needs again consistency, discipline. It's a hard work to do that. And then if you use certain techniques, when you are using the help of samadhi meditation, the healings, the energy practices, then it's much easier. Again, it's more effortless. So today what we're going to do meditation later on is a intoxication, karmic depth release for intoxication. What does it mean? So intoxication is like when you actually overindulging in things which is not good for your body. So for example, drinking too much coffee, drinking too much alcohol, smoking, taking drugs, overeating things, overindulging, and even over exercising. That also could be an issue. Some people, falling dead in the gym because they over exercise their heart. So having that balance and that middle, finding that middle which is good for you, and having that balance is sometimes also difficult for people. They sometimes black and white, or they either do too much or they do nothing. So finding that middle way and then the balance is really important. And this meditation, which is helping you with the karmic depth of intoxication, it helps you basically to find that balance, to actually stop you from indulging and just overeating or over drinking or overdoing stuff when you don't need to, when you actually should take care of yourself and feel more in harmony, and making sure that you are in a good care, by yourself, because we are our worst enemy most of the time. And then it's not just by our actions but our thought patterns as well. As I said, everything connected, and your thoughts are actually the beginning of everything. So that's why it's really important to have positive thoughts, and it's coming from mindfulness. And that is also a result. You can get to mindfulness on the long way and the short way. You can get to mindfulness, through lots of practices and through hard work, and you can get to mindfulness on a shorter way, which is again coming from the healing. So having to find that place when finally you have positive thoughts, which is going into positive emotions, initiating positive emotions, then that's gonna result in positive actions. More like those actions is like inspired actions, which is happening due to the positive emotions and thoughts. And the inspired action is going to guide you always to the way which is more protecting you and helping you. So that's why it's a bit complex, because it's not just one way. It's not just you do something and it's suddenly magically gonna happen overnight. But why I am so happy when people comes to me even before they have any disease, or before even they get 30 years old. When you are in your 20s, you hardly have anything to deal with physically. Might you are experiencing mental illnesses, or feeling lost or heartbroken, or having some grief, maybe because some family member passed away, but it's mostly about mental issues. So when people comes to me in their 20s, maybe they experience panic attacks, maybe they experience some depression, especially in the early 20s, when their frontal lobe is not created yet properly, and under 26, and it's actually giving them hard time to analyze data, analyze the situation around them. And that's why they more reacting from emotions than having conscious decisions. So they are feeling more lost, so when they don't have the frontal lobe created yet, and they unable to analyze the data properly, they feel more lost. They don't understand connections between certain things. They feel more scared about new informations or things what they cannot explain, or maybe it's a bit difficult to explain, and what this is, for example, not scientifically proven or something like that. Then they are scared of those things. Is creating lots of worry and fear in them. That's why they start to come up with panic attacks, depression, feeling lost, feeling scared. So that's why they usually turn to me to help them with mental illnesses. So when someone comes to me in their 20s, I am really happy to know that, oh wow, we're going to do the work now, so we're going to actually prevent physical illnesses to happen to them later. Because if they sit with these mental illnesses too long, maybe they decide to take medication, maybe they decide to go under the rock, as I mentioned, or mitigate with different other things, then eventually the unresolved traumas going to become physical illnesses in them, manifest into physical illnesses later on when they are in their 30s and 40s. I remember that my mom had her first surgery when she was in her 40s, with some stones in her, one of her, I don't know, it was kidney stone maybe. So basically, or in her gallbladder. Yeah, I think it was in her gallbladder. So how she got there, it was again, gallbladder is the sacral chakra. She has sacral chakra issues, and she never dealt with it, and she never resolved the traumatic experiences about it. So she carried it, and it became rocks basically, which had to be removed. And then later on, other issues came up with the same area, with the sacral chakra area. So she always had issues around the sacral chakra area. So if you actually know that you have issues in a certain area, then you can track it back, that, okay, what are the emotions or what are the experiences which actually causing me that, and what kind of healing I should go through. So I talked about this in other episodes about the chakras and about the energy centers and how they are affected through our emotions. And I'm going to talk about it a bit more after the break. So now we are going to have a break and then see you after that when I'm coming back with the chakras and more detailed, like which illness is related to what emotions. All right. So you are watching Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bikis, and this show was brought to you by Bold Brave TV. And see you back in a couple of minutes. Hello, welcome back to Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bakis, and to you by Bold Brave TV. And if you watch earlier episodes, you might know about the information which I'm going to share with you about the chakras and what emotions are related to which chakra, how the blockages, how you experience blockages, what illnesses could come from what emotions or triggers. So I'm going to dive more deep into that, so you have more awareness about like what's happening in your life and where to connect it, and already help you with some healing. And after that, we're gonna also do the meditation at past. So get ready for that as well. If you haven't done meditation with me yet, just get prepared for a very deep ride. We're gonna do a transcendental meditation, which is a samadhi meditation. We're gonna activate the pineal gland, which is gonna bring you into a transcendental state. And then we're going to do the karmic depth release, because that's when you connect with the higher powers, with the supreme pure consciousness, and also you have access to the unconscious mind as well. And you basically, when you are in the transcendental state, you are in delta brainwaves, you start to produce necessary hormones such as melatonin, serotonin, oxytocin, growth hormone, which is already bringing you a lot of benefits just doing the meditation. For example, becoming more focused, having better sleep, having better mood, and also having more vital body. So that's the samadhi meditation, but we're going to add an extra karmic depth release, which is going to help you with your habits. Okay. And you can find this meditation also on my, not specifically the, so the specific meditation, you can find it on my YouTube channel as well, at Magical Karma Priestess, and there is a playlist there, so you can also practice there these meditations. So please grab a pen and paper if you haven't done it yet before, because I'm sure you want to take some notes about these details about the chakras. Okay. So let's start with the root chakra. So the root chakra is at the bottom of your trunk, is by your tailbone. So it represents your roots, your ancestors, your stability, your security. So if you're experiencing negative emotions around that, like low vibrational emotions around your stability, security, and ancestors, basically that is when you getting blocked that chakra. And when you start having a root chakra blockage, then you can have illnesses around the tailbone area, basically some of your organs around there, or even somewhere in your legs. So if you had an ankle issue, a knee surgery or whatever, is already, all of them are connected to the root chakra. Okay, so you need to track back, like, okay, where am I feeling not stable or secure? If I'm having negative relationship with my parents or ancestors or my home country, do I have like negative emotions around that? Then you need to basically work on that relationships. Then if you move on to the sacral chakra area is the lower belly area. So it's all around like your kidneys, your intestines, your bladder. Those are all to the sacral chakra, and your ovaries, your womb if you are a woman. So what is happening, that's the relationships. So if you had an abuse relationship or anything like a sexual insult or rape, or something, even in your, maybe having a relationship with a narcissist or somewhere when you haven't felt happy, you had lots of fights in a relationships, and that all causing illnesses in that area. Okay, feeling disappointed, unsatisfied, or whatever it is, like having some low vibrational emotions that's affecting that area of your body, that's going to block your sacral chakra. So again, having the awareness, like, oh, where have I experienced that? So basically the most important is is always forgiveness, and do the releases from different memories which are related to this issue is the best way to do. But if you can't have a session with me, or you can't have a source memory healing, then basically most important is just to have the awareness, and then if you have some conscious memories, make sure you just doing forgiveness basically. And then the next chakra is the solar plexus, is by your stomach area, is related to self-esteem, as I mentioned earlier, and worthiness. So if you have low self-esteem, or you feel unworthy, not good enough, you are judged or criticized so many times, so your self-esteem is really low, or maybe you were like not good at school, and then it stuck with you, that feeling that, wow, I couldn't perform well in school. So then that could block the solar plexus, and it can cause issues around that with the organs. All right. So then we move up to the heart. I also mentioned the heart already, with all of the emotions. So the grief, the guilt, the shame, the sorrow, the abandonment by parents, and then the loneliness is all the heart chakra. And again, all the organs around the heart chakra, and also the upper back area and shoulders is also connected with the heart chakra. So if you have issues around that, is related to the heart chakra, and you can track back, okay, where do I feel sorry, where do I feel guilt or grief or loneliness, or how is it coming to my life together. Many times people, even just watching the news, you feel so much sorrow. I know my mom sometimes calls and say, oh, that was so terrible in the news, I've seen this and that, and I was like, Mom, don't watch it. So it's like creating a lot of sorrow just watching the news, in people. That's already blocking the heart chakra. And then the next chakra is the throat. So the throat chakra is all about not being able to speak up. So what area of your life you are not speaking up? So the throat chakra is bringing in issues. So when it's blocked, you can have illnesses in thyroid. Many people have thyroid issues, under or overproducing thyroid. Then you can have jaw, teeth issues, or cheek, nose issues, is all that. Sinus issues is all related to the throat chakra. So if you have any issues around that area, it's basically you are not speaking up on certain area of your life. Maybe you feel pressured, you feel under control, you feel criticized, judged, and then you don't want to speak up, and then you're holding it back, and that's why all of this happening, right? So check out your life, which area you are not speaking up, and as you start speaking up and you forgive yourself and the people, then that's gonna be more resolved. Okay. And then the next chakra is your third eye. The third eye is also connected with your eyes and even with the ears. So when someone is experiencing opening third eye chakra, they can have bringing ears. And if you are experiencing a bad vision, it can be because the third eye chakra is blocked. Okay. So the third eye can be blocked from worry and fear, and not trusting others, but also not trusting the divine guidance, right? And the worry is coming from the same way. Like, why do you worry? Because you don't know where are you heading, you don't have a vision, you don't you don't know the path, you feel lost, and it's coming from the blocked third eye chakra. So when you work on the third eye chakra, you need to ask yourself, what am I afraid of and why I am afraid of? Okay, maybe it's a programming, maybe you are afraid because people tell you that you're supposed to be worried and afraid, and then so on and so forth. Again, news, right? But then the other thing is like what you project, what kind of assumptions do you have about your life, about your future? Do you have why you don't have a vision? What you follow is because, again, it's blocked. If your third eye start opening up, you clearing it up, then you have more vision and you feel more positive about your future. So how you deblock third eye is because it's connected with the pineal gland. We're gonna activate the pineal gland today for in the meditation for to transcend, and this activating the pineal gland is opening your third eye. So you're going to be surprised that if this is going to be your first occasion to do this samadhi meditation, that you're going to feel more intuitive after the meditation. You start to have some good ideas, you're going to feel more assured, you're going to feel more trusting the process. You're going to feel more encouraged to move forward with your plans. And you're going to suddenly feel like, oh, you are so, you are empowered, and then you suddenly having all kinds of ideas or things just coming to you like breadcrumbs of the universe, like synchronicities or meeting with people who's actually can support you. So this is a really amazing feeling to start opening your third eye. And then that's also gonna lower the worry and the fear in your life. So it's gonna help you overall. Okay. And then is the crown chakra, and the crown chakra is basically about more opening it up for more information, being more open-minded, and allowing that you allow those all informations to come in, so you are not that stubborn basically. And it's just about mindset and just being open. Okay, so now we are going for a short break before we start the meditation. If you're driving, I highly recommend you to stop the car in a parking lot so you can do the meditation with us. It's going to be like a 15-20 minutes meditation, and you can do it seated up straight or laying down. Okay, so see you soon. You are watching Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bakis, and this show was brought to you by Bold Brave TV. Hello, welcome back to Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bakis, and this show was brought to you by Bold Brave TV. And now we are going to start soon a meditation which is called Samadhi meditation, but we're also going to add a karmic depth release at the end with releasing the karmic depths of intoxication, which will help you with addictions issues or cravings to make sure that you actually balanced in your diet, or you're not overeating or overindulging, all right? Because it's really important for disease prevention as well, to be healthy, to have a healthy body, and basically be more mindful about your eating effortlessly, not needed to be more disciplined, but by just doing this meditation, it's going to help you with energetically to clear that energy from you. Okay, so if this was your first time doing this meditation, I just want to clearly show you in a drawing, like where is your pineal gland and where is your cerebellum when we are going to do the activation. So I'm just going to draw here quickly a brain. So this is your brain, okay? So this is the cerebellum in the back of your brain. This is your crown chakra. And then your pineal gland is somewhere here next to the cerebellum. So when I'm going to tell you that activate it, then we're going to bring in the light from the crown chakra into the cerebellum. We're going to fill up the cerebellum with the light. And then when it's filled up with light, then we're going to push it into the pineal gland, okay? And that's when we activate it. I'm going to guide you through this, so don't worry. I just wanted to give you a heads up how it goes to get into transcendental state. All right, so you can close your eyes, relax your body, breathe evenly. With every inhale, you inhale peace. With every exhale, you exhale toxins. Do this 4 to 5 times. Inhale peace, exhale toxins. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, relax your arms. Breathe evenly. Bring the energy from Mother Earth to your root chakra. Imagine that your root chakra is a flower bud, and the light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your root chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside, which was carried from lifetime to lifetime, bearing all your past memories, achievements, and failures. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise, with the speed of light, so you don't see the chakra anymore, only a circle. Bring the energy to your sacral chakra now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your sacral chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your solar plexus now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your solar plexus, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your solar plexus now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your solar plexus, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your heart chakra now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your heart chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your throat chakra now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your throat chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your third eye now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your third eye, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your crown chakra now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your crown chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. And you feel that through your crown chakra you are connected to the divine, and through your root chakra to the Mother Earth. And between the two is the prana energy inside of you. Bring the energy to your 8th chakra now, which is 6 to 8 inches above your head, the chakra of your aura, soul star chakra. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your 8th chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Now start to inhale from your root chakra towards your 8th chakra and exhale back to your root chakra by your spine. Inhale from your root chakra towards your 8th chakra and exhale back to your root chakra by your spine. Always focus on your 8th chakra. You will experience that your exhalation path is getting shorter and stops above your root chakra. This point is going to be your new inhalation point. And as you continue breathing, this point will move up on your spine and your breath is getting shorter and shorter until it stops for a while. Continue breathing towards your 8th chakra. Every noise besides my voice brings you deeper and deeper. Always focus on your 8th chakra. You can see that there is a ball of light on the 8th chakra. You can even rotate it around. Bring the light from this ball of light into your brain, into your body. See how it's dazzling like a sun ray. Now bring the column of light 4 to 5 times into your brain and accumulate it at the cerebellum at the back of your brain. You can lift up your chin so the light has a straight path through your crown chakra. Now bring the light continuously from the cerebellum into your pineal gland, which is a pea-shaped gland in the middle of your brain. Bring the light continuously. and you will experience the unity with the divine. Bring all the light, and you become one with the Supreme Pure Consciousness, always one, never separate. Allow yourself to go deeper and deeper. Supreme Pure Consciousness, please release, delete, cancel thoughts and actions of intoxication from my physical body, from my DNA, from my etheric body, and from my soul body, and from time and places, and the Akashic records, and replace it with I know how to live my life without intoxication. And now you can take a deep breath and bring your awareness back into your third eye, and you can open your eyes if you feel so. Welcome back, everybody. I know it's a bit difficult to come back because you are probably still in transcendental state. I understand that. So I said I'm also going to talk about what's happening if you already have diseases, right? And it's not on the preventing stage anymore. So there are certain things you can do. So I also wanted to point out why we did the chakra spinning. So we did the chakra spinning to already cleansing the chakras. So just doing the samadhi meditation, it helps you to keep your chakras cleaned as a mitigation, as a prevention. But if you're already having the disease, several things you can do, and it depends how is your belief or how you work on it, which is the best for you. So some people can already heal their diseases through their thought patterns, through their talking to their body, to their organs, to say good things, positive things, loving things to their body, and encouraging the body to heal. So that's on a conscious level, to understand and believe that you are in control, and actually you are in control of your body. The other which you can do is using energy healing or the samadhi meditation itself to raising your vibration to the vibration of the universe. So when you raise the vibration of your body to the vibration of the universe, is the best is like when you even fall asleep. So when you're raising that high, many people fall asleep because the body can heal better when you are asleep, again because of your thought patterns, because you're not thinking about negative thoughts when you sleep, so you're not ruining the positive energies, the effects or the benefits of the positive energies of healing. So the body knows how to heal. You just need to stop your mind so the body can do its work. Okay, so that's another way you can do, having lots of energy healing sessions. Why I'm saying lots of? Because if it's already manifested as a physical illness, it's not enough to go for like 3 sessions and I'm done. No, it could be several months of energy healing sessions to completely heal a physical illness. Okay, so you need to prepare yourself for that. What happens if you choose the source memory healing, for example? You need to understand that also the doctors, or all this technology or all this advancement in healthcare was created also by the universe, for our benefits. So when you are sick and then you are in a phase where you really need to go for a surgery, or you really need to use a certain techniques that the doctors are gonna help you with in a hospital, then might that is your solution. So when you do a source memory healing and you healing the root, most of the time what happening is, because you activate the karma vortex, you attract the doctors or the environment or the answers or the solutions to your issue. So sometimes people sitting with their illnesses, even not having right informations or right care, maybe they are at the wrong doctor, at the wrong hospital, maybe even the doctors doesn't know what's going on with you, right? Sometimes it happens. So when you do the source memory healing, is actually bringing those people and the solutions into your awareness and into your in your environment, so you can get actually healed and you can get finally the solution you wanted. So as I said, it can go in different ways. It depends on your beliefs, on your hopes, on your faith, on your, on your practices, what you prefer. So these are your options basically, which I can recommend. And before we sign off, I just wanted to mention you that if you would like to try the source memory healing or any of these practices, the best thing to do is to come to my school community. School community is skool.com. That's when you find many school communities. My school community is also there. It's called Release with Ease as the show. So when you join, it's a 7 days free trial. So you can come in for 7 days, enjoying the meditation library, enjoying the life transformation system course, and having also a live call with us. It's once a week for 90 minutes when we do healing sessions or manifestation sessions. So you can join for 7 days, and then if you like it, you can then continue staying with us. And if you do so, you have 3 bonuses. The first bonus is actually a one-on-one session with me, a source memory healing. And the second bonus you receive when you stay for 6 months, you get access to the Elemental Light Healer course, which is actually an energy healing course. So when you go through that course, you already know many modalities or many techniques how to heal yourself and others. If you stay for another 6 months, for the 12 months period, then you get access to the Karma Yoga Healing Facilitator course, which is helping you to learn more about the chakras, the energy system, the karmas, ancestral healing, and also the source memory healing. And you can get certified and become a facilitator. So that's why it's so amazing. And it's also a community. So there are like-minded people there who's interested in the same things. There are also facilitators there to take care of you guys, and also people who wants to just heal and just, hang out with us and then come for the sessions to manifest, to heal. So this would be an amazing opportunity for you to spend more time with me and also to grow and heal. So if you would love that, then it's skool.com, Release with Ease. All right. I hope to see you there. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I'm coming back next week as well, every week on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And we always do some fun stuff, some meditations, some extraterrestrial things, some multidimensional existence things, and healing your karma, your ancestors, and your traumas. All right. So this was for today. And you were watching Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bakis, and this show was brought to you by Bold Brave TV. See you next time.